Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bearded Bros Wrestling. It's been a really long day, guys. Woke up just in time for the
regular show.
Yeah, so we woke up at like 11 a.m. Went to bed at 7:30 this morning, and then, by the way, today is the day of All In. Just to let y'all know. Woke up at 7:30 this morning. Woke up at 11, just in time to watch MJF and Adam Cole versus Aussie Open. And then we started the live stream for All In, and it was just really exhausting. And it wasn't too long after it was over that we passed out. And then we ate supper, and now here we are, just trying to get through the day. So we made it, Billy. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our AEW All In review show, where we're going to go in and review the pay-per-view, do our match ratings as if we're Dave Meltzer, except for we're cooler. It's not hard to be cooler than Dave Meltzer. But, yeah, fun show. 81,000 people, to be exact.
And 35.
Yeah, I was about to say, to be exact, Tony Khan in the post press conference thing, announced there was 81,035 people. He also announced that they will be back to Wembley Stadium for All In next year on August 25th, so some big news there.
To be fair, Nigel said it the exact number like 10 times in that last match.
Yeah, so, but guys, let's jump right into these matches. We're going to start off with the pre-show, or 0 hours they call it, with MJF and Adam Cole taking on Aussie Open for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. It started off, Better Than You, Baby were doing their entrance. Before they could do the Adam Cole, Baby, Aussie Open jumped them. And so that kind of got some heat.
I didn't know that.
On Aussie Open, yeah.
Because I was in the shower during that match.
Yeah, I know. And then MJF was going to do a dive, and Aussie Open cut him off on that. So they got him even more heat. MJF then hit the kangaroo kick, which was pretty much just a double drop kick. But the fact that move got over and got a massive pop when he did it is insane to me. But he hit the kangaroo kick. MJF, Adam Cole hit the double clothesline, got the 1-2-3.
Surprisingly,
they're the new Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, and I thought it was a fun match. It was good to kick off the show. I give it 3.5 stars.
Didn't watch it.
I thought it was fun.
So we're gonna go with that.
Okay. Next was Hook versus Jack Perry.
This is when we swapped.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch this one. I was getting the shower.
And I got to watch.
Yeah, so go ahead and... What do you remember from the match?
I remember Jack Perry coming out in the limo. It was great.
Yeah, you said that somebody got put through the windshield, didn't it?
Yeah. When Jack Perry got out of the limo, Hook ran from the ring to meet him. They started fighting. They on top of the limo. Jack Perry suplex Hook on top of the limo, and then Hook rolled down to the hood, and Jack Perry did the Rolling Thunder on the limo to Hook, and a little bit later Hook threw Jack Perry through the windshield. That was the best part of the match.
What would you rate the match?
About 3.25. It was good, but it could have been better.
I got you.
And of course, Hook won.
Yeah.
Got the title back, and then Jack Perry went backstage to get beat up again.
Yeah. I thought that Jack Perry was going to win. Kind of surprised me that the title back, but
our predictions were horrible this time, Josh.
Yeah, but yeah. So apparently, after the Hook Perry match and before the Punk Joe match, there was an altercation of some sort backstage between Punk and Jack Perry. So we'll see what unfolds.
Apparently, Jack Perry said something during a promo that Punk didn't agree with or something. I don't know.
Well, we'll see moving forward. I'm sure there'll be plenty of news about it. It's CM Punk. So, but speaking of CM Punk, starting off the main card was CM Punk versus Samoa Joe, and I thought this was a really good match.
Yep.
I really did. Punk came out to cheers. The crowd sang his song. Everybody was loving Punk. They gave Joe the same treatment. Everybody loved Joe. And then kind of in the match, it was kind of a mixed reaction for Punk. A whole bunch of CM Punk chants, a whole bunch of screw you Punk chants. So, I mean, it was a lot of...
The self-censor.
You know, a lot of back and forth. The highlight to me, one of the highlights for me was whenever Joe went to do his little fake out thing, but CM Punk knew he was about to do the fake out thing.
The sound turnbuckle.
So he just sat on the turnbuckle. He faked out Joe's fake out, but then Joe faked out Punk's fake out. So it was like Punk was about to jump, Joe moved, Punk stayed, Punk jumped, and Joe moved anyway. Oh, my brain is fried. But that was like the highlight of the match. That was funny. But anyways,
don't forget that poor table.
I was gonna say Punk got busted open. Oh yeah, the table broke a lot tonight. For the front area of it did.
The front panel of the announce
table.
table.
Punk got busted open. Another highlight to me was when Punk started doing John Cena's comeback, the two shoulder tackles.
Don't forget the Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I was going to say he did the two shoulder tackles, the sit out power bomb. He was about to do the final open shuffle. Instead, he did the whole Hogan, listen to the crowd, and he did the atomic leg drop. But didn't Joe kicked out at one after that, didn't he?
Yes.
So yeah, that was funny. That was great. And then he started hulking up and everything, and yeah, that was great. Good match. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was really good.
3.5.
3.5? Okay. I thought it was really good. But then after that, it was Bullet Club for life.
Bullet Club versus Bullet Club.
The Golden Elite. And
Bullet Club Elite.
It was a banger. And that one was a banger too.
Bullet Club.
I liked it. It was kind of the typical, elite spots. Ibushi, I felt, had a better showing in this match than he did at Blood and Guts.
A lot better.
I don't know what happened at Blood and Guts, but he just kind of looked out of... I don't know, he looked like he really wasn't ready for that match.
Yeah.
But anyway, I thought it was good. Takeshita got the win against Omega. So that's going to set up...
After finisher, and then he rolls up Kenny Omega.
Yeah, so, and of course, and then in the post show or whatever, Tony Khan confirmed that Takeshita and Omega will be fighting it all out next week. Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Which we thought would happen.
Yeah.
Got the winners wrong, but we thought that would happen.
Yeah, but I gave this match 3 stars. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't anything like over the top special.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. But then it was time for the AEW Tag Team Championship
match of the night, and wrestling wise,
FTR versus the Bucks. That was a fantastic tag team match.
Yes.
I don't even know where to start. There were so many highlights there. The only negative that I had from the match was whenever they went for that pin, Nick had to pull.
Yeah.
He had to pull Cash's arm up.
Yeah.
Because Dax was a little late getting ready to break up the pin. So they had to try to make it look like he kicked out.
But that was the only negative.
But that was the only negative. There was so many. Dude, I remember at one point, FTR hit the Shatter Machine, and I genuinely thought that was it. And then they kicked out. And then the Bucks hit FTR with the BTE trigger. And I definitely thought that was it because I figured the Bucks were going to win anyway due to the whole stuff with Cash this past weekend. But then they kicked out.
The FTR hit the FTR trigger.
Yeah, the FTR trigger. And then they hit they hit another Shatter Machine.
No, the Young Bucks hit a Shatter Machine on one of the FTR guys.
Yeah, so...
I don't remember which one. They just traded their finishers.
Yeah, but it got a massive pop from everyone, myself included. But FTR ended up winning.
Surprisingly.
And it was a fantastic match. I gave it 4.75.
5.
You gave it 5? That was a good match. Fantastic match. But next was the Stadium Stampede.
This was chaos.
This match, dude.
It was pure chaos.
This was the proper tribute to Terry Funk.
Exactly. Not that Terry Funk hardcore tag team match.
Yeah, but this was great. I like how the Combat Club, they all came out there with trench coats and sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
They all came out there matching with trench coats and everything. That looked really cool. That was a bad entrance. I thought it was really good. Of course, there was blood. There was a John Moxley match. So
Blood within 5 seconds, probably.
yeah, literally. Mox no sold a barbed wire bat shot from Trent. He hit the Man of Oranges with a suplex on a chair. And then there was that spot where John Moxley had those skewers put in his head.
They gave him a mohawk.
Dude, that was brutal, man.
Don't forget, Penta got hurt to go change outfits for one move.
Penta, I thought he was seriously hurt.
Me too.
And they took him to the back, and then 5 minutes of the match goes by, and next thing you know, somebody's music hits, and I'm like, what? And it was Penta, literally just in a different outfit.
His red one, I forgot what it's called.
Came out. The ladder broke when he tried to climb. So what's that guy's name? The manager.
I don't remember. They said it tonight.
He had to hold the ladder up. He hit a sunset flip off of the ladder through some tables. It was a good spot, but I mean, it was just.
That was it.
Yeah.
Penta was done.
That was literally all he did the rest of the match.
And the match kept going for 10 more minutes, if not 15.
Yeah. Of course, Sue showed up in her van.
That
I would assume that AEW paid for, since her old van got destroyed from AEW television. But she gave Trent a cookie sheet, and he wasted perfectly good cookies. But he pretty much took everybody out with the pan. But yeah, the match ended with the squeeze one, Orange Cassidy. Hit 4 orange punches to Claudia.
He also had the glue with the glass.
The glue with the glass, yeah, that was wild too, man. But that was a fantastic match. It was fun to watch. I gave it 4.5.
Same. Mainly because Wheeler Yuta didn't take the pin.
Yeah, it was nice to see somebody else besides Wheeler take the pin.
And this is the deciding match of the night, Josh.
The 4-way?
No, that was because we both got the 4-way wrong.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, you're right. So next was the 4-way women's match, though. That was actually the next match. And I was surprised by the outcome, but it was a pleasant surprise. The 4-way for the AEW Women's World Championship was Saraya, Toni Storm, Britt Baker, and Hikaru Shida. I really thought Shida was going to win simply because they just put the belt on her. But this was a fun match. Saraya came out to We Will Rock You.
With her family.
With her family. And Toni Storm walked out to God Save the Queen dressed as Marilyn Monroe. So that was also good as well. Those two hugged before the match, but they would have a falling out.
Yeah, didn't take long.
During the match.
Didn't take long. This was just their match. That's all the match was about, was them two.
Yeah, and understand that, I mean, that's how you plant seeds for a story. So I thought it was a good match. Ruby came down to the ring to try to keep them together, but Toni Storm turned on Ruby also. Yeah. So I think it's safe to say that the Outcasts are done.
Saraya pinned Toni Storm at the end of the match.
Yeah, Saraya pinned Toni Storm to win the AEW Women's Championship. So fun match. I'm glad that Saraya won the world's title. She deserves it. This was her. What was it you said? You said something.
It was first time in 9 years wrestling in the UK.
Yeah, so that's incredible for her. Her sister got involved in the match.
Yeah, with Toni Storm.
She gave a shout out, I think, to her nephew, who was also a wrestler.
And your cousin.
I think who wrestled Zack Sabre Jr. this weekend, so that's pretty cool. But I thought this was a decent match. I gave it 3.5. I thought it was pretty good. But after that was the coffin match between Darby and Sting versus Swerve and Christian Cage. It was supposed to be. AR Fox. But what was the rumor?
That his grandmother died.
His grandmother passed away. Yeah, and also in the post show press conference, Tony Khan didn't go into detail as to why AR Fox had to be replaced, but he did say that it was for a good reason.
Him and Ray Phoenix both.
Yeah, him and Ray Phoenix both. So, but I thought this was a good match. Strickland got the live entrance, so we knew they were going to lose. But it was a good match. I remember the table spot where the table failed to break for Sting.
So Sting put his whole body weight on top of Swerve.
Yes. So he I think Swerve might have for real died in this match. Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus got involved. They had their little spot where they got some interference. I remember Darby went for a coffin drop on the coffin, but Swerve, he swerved out of the way. But Darby landed right on the coffin, and eventually Darby hit the coffin drop for realsies on Swerve.
No, on the coffin when it was on his back.
That's right. The coffin, that's right.
He was like hanging out the coffin, and it was like closed.
That's right.
The coffin dropped the closed, and closed.
Even though Swerve's hair was still sticking out of the coffin, they still awarded Darby with the win.
They fixed it later. They just tucked it in there for us.
Oh, okay. Well, I gave this match 3.25. I thought it was good.
About 3.
Yeah, I didn't think it was necessarily anything spectacular, but I thought it kind of had the typical.
It's about what you expected.
Yeah, I mean it had the typical Darby spots and everything. Sting.
Oh, one thing we forgot was the jacket with the tacks.
Oh yeah, they went. Who was it? Darby and Sting.
Yeah. For the Stinger Splash and the Coffin Splash.
That's right. They were wearing the jackets with the tacks on them. Which I mean, that did nothing for Sting.
Exactly.
But no, I thought it was a good match. It was entertaining. But the next match though. What's the next match? Will Ospreay.
Oh.
Versus Chris Jericho. My God. Jericho is 52 years old. And he is still putting on bangers, dude. Mm-hmm. Like him and Ospreay went out there and had an absolutely fantastic match.
It was Will Ospreay.
Well, yeah, Will Ospreay.
A broomstick could have a good match with Will Ospreay.
Yeah, you ain't lying. But
Great Khali could have a good match with Will Ospreay.
This match, Jericho, of course, came out with Fozzy. Mm-hmm. They sang Judas, which
we sang with them.
Everybody in the stadium was singing it, including us. We weren't in the stadium, but we were singing it. And then
that, we're sorry.
And then it was like, as soon as his entrance was over, everybody was like, "No, screw you, Chris. This is Will Ospreay country." And it was like everybody just wanted Will Ospreay.
That's how they used to chant, like sing Seth Rollins theme song, and then immediately boo him.
Right, but this was fantastic. Sammy came to the ring with Jericho, of course. I remember Ospreay. I mean, this match wasn't long either. It was like 10 to 15 minutes, but they fit so much in this. Ospreay hit that twisted moonsault off the top rope to the outside, or whatever it was. It was like a Phoenix splash or something.
We forgot to mention the FTR match.
Oh yeah, whenever
it was Cash.
Cash hit that 450.
Yeah, well, he tried.
He missed, didn't he? Yeah, he hit that springboard 450.
That was shocking.
Yeah, absolutely. But
now back to Will Ospreay, Chris Jericho.
Right, I remember Jericho hit Ospreay with the Os Cutter, kind of.
That was rough.
Ospreay, and then I remember Ospreay kicked that at 1, and then Ospreay hit Jericho with a standing Spanish fly.
Yeah.
That was absolutely beautiful. And then
Sammy did get involved though.
Yes, he did.
Because when Jericho had him in the walls, the referee got distracted, so Sammy hit Will Ospreay in the head with the baseball bat.
Yeah. But Ospreay hit Jericho with a Judas effect, and then he hit the Stormbreaker, to which Jericho kicked out of, and I was like, whoa. Like, I was kind of like, oh, is Jericho going to win?
Then he was the Hidden Blade.
Yep.
When he got ready for the Hidden Blade, Jericho sat up, flipped him off, said right here on the chin.
Yep.
hit the hidden blade, picked him up for the Stormbreaker again, pinned him.
1, 2, 3. I gave this match 4.25. If you didn't watch it, you need to.
I gave it 4.
This match was fantastic.
This is also my first Will Ospreay match.
Yeah, this is the first time you ever watched Will Ospreay wrestling, so I thought this was a great introduction to Ospreay for you. Fantastic match. And then the next match was, it was decent. It was the AEW Trios tag title, House of Black. I want to interject this.
This was the bathroom break match.
I thought it was really cool. The House of Black, when they did their entrance, came out with the lantern as a tribute to Bray Wyatt.
When they even mentioned the Fireflies.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool, really classic. Even though they were supposed to be the heel group, that was really nice to see. And I guess there was some kind of stipulation where the Acclaim got to pick the stipulation of the match, and they chose no holds barred. So it was House of Black versus the Acclaim and Billy Gunn in a no holds barred match. It was fun. I mean, everybody loves the Acclaim. It was the world's largest scissor party, and it saw Billy Gunn and the Acclaim with the World Trios title.
Wasn't much to this match. It was a typical.
Yeah, it was just. I gave it 3 stars.
There's no highlights. I gave it 2.75.
That's fine.
This was the bathroom break before the main event.
That's right. Yeah.
None of these matches were bad.
Right.
They were all good.
But this was leading into an absolute banger. The main event, the biggest main event, the biggest show, pro wrestling history.
The biggest story.
Yeah. I mean, this was great. This was great. The storytelling of this match was fantastic. Adam Cole, MJF. This was probably the loudest boom and Adam Cole that I've ever heard. I mean, 80,000 UK people just losing their mind. Fantastic match. MJF had the devil entrance where that woman almost died.
Yeah.
They were bringing MJF out.
He was right on some kind of a throne, and they were supposed to go to these stairs and stop. They didn't stop in time, and there was 2 women on the front of the stairs, and they were like crouched down or kneeled down, and when the throne hit the stairs, it pushed the stairs into the woman.
Yeah, and it hit her in the ribs.
Yeah.
I felt bad for her, but
it was kind of funny.
It was. But they had MJF on the throne and everything. It was a good entrance. I mean, it was this whole match was just nearly perfect.
He had the devil's entrance, but played face the whole match.
I know. But it started off. Both of them went out and got their T-shirts, Better Than You Baby T-shirts. They started off with a lot of chain wrestling. You know,
MJF offered to shake hands.
Right, that's right. And then eventually, what was it, the third time around, he went to shake his hand again.
He thumbed him in the eye.
Yeah, just poked him in the eye. That was hilarious. And then it kind of turned into who could out-cheat the other. And then there was that funny spot where they kept on tossing the chair.
Yeah,
back and forth, and then MJF just put it on his head.
And lay down.
Yeah, I mean, that was hilarious. And then, Adam Cole at one point took off his shirt.
No, he took off MJF's first.
Oh, did he? He took off, that's right, he took off MJF's shirt first. And then later on in the match, he took his own off, which that pissed off MJF.
Because that was when Roddy came out and gave him the championship belt to hit MJF with.
That's right.
And then he couldn't do it.
That's right. And
there was a lot of that.
That was another, I was about to say, that was another key ingredient to this match was MJF, there was several times that MJF had the opportunity to cheat.
Or a cheap shot.
And he didn't. But then when Adam Cole was presented with those opportunities,
he'd do it.
He took it. Yeah. There was a spot where MJF was going to tombstone Adam Cole.
On the table.
On the announce table. And he refused to do it because that was his friend. And then literally 2 seconds later, Adam Cole hit MJF with a tombstone on the announce table.
About killed him.
So,
and don't forget the brain buster on the steps.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was brutal, dude. That was brutal. That made my neck hurt.
Thought MJF died.
For realsies.
He sold that perfect too because he wasn't moving. I don't think he was breathing.
Yeah, that was rough. But the match ended with a double clothesline, and they pinned each other for a 3 count.
Double pin.
Which had everybody kind of like, whoa, that's bull crap. So yeah, the show was over. That was it.
And then Adam Cole grabbed the mic and said 5 more minutes.
Call back.
And MJF said no.
Because 5 minutes wasn't enough, they were going to fight until they had a definite win.
That's not the words he used.
Well, you know.
He used more adult words.
Yeah, so they were,
He used more adult words.
Yeah, so they rang the bell again. They traded pins. The ref ended up getting knocked down. Roddy showed back up, low blowed MJF. And that's when Cole followed up with Panama Sunrise. And then he hit his finisher, which I thought that was it.
Then that count that took
forever.
I think the fans were at 20 by the time the ref got to the pin.
I think so. But MJF kicked out, which of course got a massive pop. And then Cole was going to hit MJF with the belt, but decided not to.
Roddy got mad and left.
Yeah. And then MJF, there was a spot where MJF was going to hit him with a brass ring, decided not to. But MJF hit him with the inside cradle, got the 1, 2, 3, retained the title. After the match, they teased another breakup because Cole, MJF was like, "Hey, it's okay, buddy. You know,
we still got the tag titles."
Yeah, and whenever he handed him the ROH tag title, Cole just
threw his out of the ring.
Yeah, it was like, "No, I don't want that one." And so MJF was like, "Oh, okay. You know, that's what this is about. All you cared about was the championship."
So he threw his title at Adam Cole.
Just go ahead and hit me. So.
And then, of course, they hugged it out.
Had to hug it out. But that's how the show ended. Ended with them hugging it out. Both of them celebrating together. I mean, you know it's going to be an eventual turn.
They just keep teasing us.
Yeah.
Because though we're expecting it any second now, they don't let it last.
Right. So as for this match, I gave it 5 stars.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic.
Mainly because of storytelling.
I was about to say, yeah, the storytelling was fantastic. And then also they incorporated some really good actual wrestling moves.
Yeah.
So also MJF, I think actually did do a dive in this match.
Yes. He was gonna do it, then Psych was like he stopped.
Yeah.
And then later he did it, landed it.
Yep.
And
landed
just
his
stood
feet.
Yeah, and then just stood and shot.
So yeah, I gave it 5 stars.
5.
Also, I think it's important to note, just a side note for this show, Mercedes Moné was featured a lot on this show. You may know her as Sasha Banks. I love Sasha Banks. I think that there's several matches that they could do with her, featuring her in the women's division. That could really.
Her and Saraya.
Her and Saraya, most definitely, was teased in the post show.
Hopefully, somebody's neck don't break.
Yeah. So, but I mean, there's dream matches. I would love to see her versus Britt Baker. I'd love to see her versus Sheeta.
Tony Storm.
Tony Storm. I mean, there's a lot of good matches that can happen. And it'll be a help for the women's division, too, which has always been kind of lackluster in AEW.
They have good wrestling. They don't have any name power.
Yeah. See, and that's what I mean. Like, they have some good wrestlers, but they don't have those. They've recently been incorporated. Like Tony Storm has been a really good addition. Ruby Soho, of course, has been good. So I mean, they're getting there. I think they just need to invest a little bit more time. You know, I mean, something that I wanted to point out, there was only one women's match on this card.
Yep.
But to be fair, also, I think AEW understood that they needed to put as many big names as they could on this card. And no offense, but most big name wrestlers are going to be your men's wrestlers. You know, so.
And the 4 women they picked were the biggest names they had.
That's right. So, I mean, I think that it was fine. I wouldn't have minded seeing another one on there.
Maybe the pre-show.
I was about to say maybe fit one on the pre-show or something. But I thought this show was fantastic. I thought it was a great show. I thought it had, like I said, there wasn't a bad match on this card. And it's worth your time and money to go watch it. Also, just want to throw this in. For WWE right now, all of the money that is being sold in Bray Wyatt merchandise is
Yes.
going to support the family of Bray Wyatt.
And AEW.
And AEW, the Young Bucks are selling T-shirts right now, and all the money is going to everything that's been going on in Hawaii. So if y'all want to be generous and help those people out, go buy some merchandise, and that'll support those people. But in terms of wrestling, great show. I had fun watching it, even though we were dead dog tired the entire
Yes.
time.
I'm pretty sure we both fell asleep a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially at the beginning, before we got the monsters.
Before we woke up, yeah. But guys, big weekend this weekend. We're going to be live streaming Payback. Going to be live streaming All Out on Saturday and Sunday. So
We got the predictions coming
we
up.
got predictions.
We got
coming
the
up
reviews
for
of both shows.
Right.
We got a video
So
every day this week coming out.
we're going to be busy.
Monday through next Monday.
Yep. So if you guys are watching this, let me say this: if you guys are watching this because of the All In show, make sure to subscribe, guys. If you watch our live stream and you're tuning back into us to watch this, make sure to subscribe because we do this every week.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Each stay on the
And
video.
it's just wrestling content. We love wrestling. We're fans just like you.
And there's a video y'all want to see from us, let us know in the comments. We'll
Yeah.
try it.
Yeah. So just keep on tuning in. We're gonna keep on putting out videos. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought about All In. If it was good, if it was bad, what was your favorite match? All those things. But until next time, guys, Bitter Rose Wrestling out.